Hello, beautiful Pisces. Thank you for being here. My name is Jaden, and this is Lighthouse 36. Today I'm going to be doing a general collective reading for the month of July 2026 for the Pisces Collective. Reading is going to be a little bit different this month. I'm going to start off with the main energy for the month of July for the Pisces Collective for July 2026, please. Spirit, what is the main energy for the Pisces Collective for July 2026? Okay, we've got moving on. This is equivalent to the Six of Cups card in the traditional tarot. Okay, please give us the recent past, the energy for the recent past, Spirit, for the Pisces Collective for July 2026. Hermit. Okay, and we'll get some clarifiers shortly. Okay, present energy, please. Present. Truth. This is the, I'm sorry, I should say the Hermit, the Solitude card is equivalent to the Hermit in the traditional tarot, and the Truth card is equivalent to the Justice card in the traditional tarot, although I often read it as a Judgment card. Oh, goodness, no, I'm saying it opposite. Sorry about that. So the Truth card is the Judgment card in the traditional tarot, but I often read it, which I just did just now, as the Justice card because there's the scales of justice here, okay? So we'll see what comes out when I'm doing the actual reading. Okay, and near future, please, Spirit. Near future. Near future, discontent and boredom. Can we get one more, please, Spirit? One more? Yeah. Oh, Spirit gave us two more. Oh my goodness, yes. Recognition and reward, and foundations and achievements. This is my happily ever after card in this deck. That is amazing. Amazing, Pisces. For some reason I was just about to say Leo. I haven't even done a Leo reading yet. I'm not sure why I'm saying wanted to say Leo. Perhaps you have a Leo placement, or this is involving a Leo person. Not sure. Okay, but this reading is for Pisces. Okay, please, Spirit, can you clarify the overall theme moving on? Please clarify overall theme moving on. So you've got the Four of Cups again. So here is the Four of Discontent and Boredom. It's the same card. So there's repetition there. And the Knave of Swords is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords there. Okay. Recent past, the Hermit, Solitude. Please clarify. Please clarify. Oh, wow. Nine of Cups. I'm going to get one more. Thank you. And the Five of Wands. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. Truth, the Judgment card, please, Spirit. Judgment card, please clarify for present. Too many. Please clarify. That it's like a pile of cards just clumped down, like with a heavy weight, and they stuck together. There. So I'm feeling like the truth kind of just drops on your head unexpectedly somehow. You have an epiphany, a realization, and you're like, why didn't I see it all these years, all this time? Why didn't I see this before? Okay. Please clarify truth. Judgment card. Yeah. Seven of Pentacles. Your harvest is coming in. And the Knave of Wands, that's the Page of Wands, okay? Please clarify discontent and boredom, recognition, and foundation and achievements, please. Please clarify further. Okay. Oh my goodness, a lot of new beginning energy here, Page energy. Knave of Cups, that's the Page of Cups. Seven of Swords. And one more, please. And the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Spirit. This is a beautiful reading. Very empowering reading. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Overall theme, you're moving on. You're leaving something behind, okay? You can see here, this person was stuck in a lot of darkness, okay? And they're moving into the light now. They've removed their shackles. Oh, this is the first time I think I've ever noticed this. I'm being drawn to the sword or sheath that they have here. It's like they're, they don't have it in their hand, but they're guarded, okay? And they're setting themselves free. They're the ones who cut off the shackle. My goodness, I've had this deck for like decades, like at least 2 decades, and this is a new deck because my old one was just so loved, I couldn't use it anymore, especially not for being on camera. But, this is still the same deck that I've been using, and I've never noticed that before. My goodness, isn't that incredible? Yes, oh, spirits, thank you, Spirit. Um, yes, remember when that chunk of cards fell down and I said to you, it's like something hits you in the head like an epiphany and you're like, why haven't you noticed it before? It's the same here. Why haven't I noticed this before? So there's definitely this kind of energy in this reading. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Okay, wow. That is not a coincidence. Okay. Um, I do have Pisces in my chart. It's in my moon sign, so this reading's for me too, obviously. Okay. So you're moving into the light. You've unshackled yourself. You're going to give those shackles to the earth now, for the earth to transmute. And you're able to protect yourself now. Okay, you're not defenseless anymore. Wow, beautiful. So there's something you're leaving behind here. Okay, and there's a new beginning. I can see like where you were, okay, you've been unhappy there. Okay, so this may be a marriage, a job, financially, your finances, whatever it is, you've been dreaming of something else, okay? And it's here for you. It's ready for you. You just have to open your eyes and see it. You've dreamt this into reality now. You're being given a gift. You're being set free, okay? And you're the one setting yourself free. You're the one who dreamt this into reality, okay? There's very youthful energy here with all these pages, okay? You may even have children, okay? Children may be involved in here somehow. But, you're ready for this new future. You're putting your wishes out into the ethers, into the sky, okay? You're letting your dreams fly now, okay? They're not trapped anymore. You're not trapped anymore. You're free now, okay? This is something you've wished and you've prayed for. You've tried to manifest, perhaps using the law of attraction for some time now, and it's here, okay? You're moving on. You're being given the opportunity now to move on in some way. So this could be a separation from an intimate partner, perhaps even a divorce. It could be you're leaving your job to go for a new one. It could be anything. It could be, maybe someone you've gone to for financial or legal or medical advice, and you're moving to someone else now. This could be a group of some sort, a friend group, a religious group, a political group, some kind of group that you belong to, and you now have the opportunity to leave this behind. And of course I can't give you advice on what to do, but it looks like it's something you've known for a long time, that you've been dreaming for a long time, and now you're finally going to do it for some reason, okay? Um, uh, you know, it's like you've gone, in the recent past, you've gone into hermit mode. You may have been, I'm getting the feeling for you may have been in hermit mode for a long time, but this is recent past, you may have gone into hermit mode to, try to figure this out. Like, why does this keep coming up for me? Why is this a continuous issue for me? And you finally, instead of putting it aside or on the back burner, you've taken a look at it. Maybe you've done some healing around this, whether it's seeing speaking about it with a counselor, or praying on it, or energetic healing. There's something you've done. You've taken a look at this in your solitude, and it's like that bang, um, like me noticing the sword here suddenly, or that pile of cards suddenly just clumping, falling in one big clump. It's like something hit you on the head, kind of like um, uh, the apple that fell on what was that scientist's head who well, I mean, gravity always existed, but the knowledge of gravity existing, um, you know, um, uh, came to us as humans. Like, gravity was always there, but suddenly an apple hit him on the head, and he's like, "Oh, gravity! Well, it's always been there." But we'll say that he discovered gravity. It came into his consciousness. Okay. Um, I'm not sure why I want to say Newton. I'm not sure if that was the scientist. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. But it's like something just hits you in the head, and you're like, "Oh, okay." And you have a realization that you can move on, that you don't just need to dream about this. Open your eyes. It's there for you. It's like this seemed like such a big deal, and you've put it on the back burner for so long. And then suddenly you just had this epiphany moment, and it's like, oh, okay, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I've had this sword all along here. um, uh, yeah, so spirit is taking you from the darkness into the light, okay? There's something that has bubbled up, surfaced up into your consciousness, and you're doing something about it. You're moving on, okay? You're no longer just dreaming about it. Um, and here, this Five of Wands is like all about conflict, And so I'm feeling like this was a conflict, like an internal conflict, which I've just been speaking of. Like, you kept putting it on the back burner aside, like you felt like you just couldn't deal with it, whatever it was. And now you're dealing with it. You're like, okay, I'm going to deal with this now. I'm going to set myself free. Um, and it could have to do with a conflict outside of you, you know. Um, but I'm getting more an internal conflict, okay? And you're like, oh, okay. Okay, it's easier than I thought. That's what I'm getting. And it's interesting because I'm noticing here there's a number circled. What number is this? 21. 21. So this says June 21. June 21. So this is past here. So it could have been around the June 21st that you came into this realization that, I never really pay attention to the calendar on the table there, but it could have been around June 21st that you finally opened your eyes and freed yourself somehow, or the thought came to you that you could free yourself. Could be that you even lost a job. Very interesting. But now I can tell, um, with the Nine of Cups here, it's like when you had this realization, it was like, wow, all these years, why didn't I notice this before? Why did I put up with this for so long? And there's like a celebration. there's joy here, contentment, celebration, merriment. It's like, yay, I finally figured this out. Like, this could even be your spiritual team, throwing a party for you because they're just so happy for you that you finally got this, okay? Um, yeah, there's reason for celebration. You're happy about this epiphany. Um, you're definitely following a higher calling here, okay? This is karma. This is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. Um, there's something that you've been stuck in for a long time, and you're rising up, okay? With a kite here too, you're rising up. You're freeing yourself of this karma. Um, there's a lesson that's been learned here, and you're following your calling somehow. Um, you know, perhaps it's like a job or a relationship where you haven't been happy for a long time, but it felt like it was just too much to deal with. For example, if you're married and you have children, I'm not seeing any children here, but there are a lot of pages, so it may involve children. And you're just thinking, oh gosh, to get a divorce, it's going to be so hard. I know this relationship, is not fulfilling me. It's not what I truly want for myself, but it just seems too hard to leave it. I should just stay here. It's safe, it's stable. Sure, we treat each other like a brother and sister more than lovers, but it's stable. So you have just stayed there. But then suddenly you realize, oh, it's not as hard as I thought. I think I can do this. Like, you feel ready now, okay, for some reason, and you're following a calling and you're ready to leave. Or it could be like a job, same thing. It's safe, it's stable. Maybe that you're not making as much money as you want. Maybe they're not giving you the promotion that you want. Something along these lines, like you're not being treated, with the respect that you want, etc. And it always felt like such a big deal to try to make a move, to get another job. And suddenly a friend approaches you and says, hey, I've got a good job for you. And you're like, oh, that was a lot easier than I thought. Or maybe you decided, oh, I'm going to put some applications out there, and it happens rather quickly for you. You're following a soul's calling here, okay? You're following your truth. And there's, like I said, I also read this like a justice card. There's justice here. Um, Maybe you always thought that a divorce, would take so long and be so complicated, but a settlement comes much quicker than you thought. And now you can move out of, family's home, and you can buy your own place or rent your own place. Here, and get your own car. Um, or perhaps you've left a job, and they tried to they didn't give you a settlement, they just fired you, and you thought that it would be too difficult to go to a lawyer. But suddenly a friend says to you, hey, I know a lawyer. They don't take any money up front. They only take money if they win the case. And they write a letter to you. Go and see the lawyer. You're very nervous about it. You don't want this to be a long drawn out case kind of thing. And they just write a letter and demanding your rights, to a severance package. And suddenly you get this humongous severance package when you thought you weren't going to get anything out of this. Something along these lines. Something's much easier than you thought. Okay. Um, and here with the Knave of Wands, again, this is a Page of Wands. Lots of pages here on the table. There's a lot of youthful energy. You may have kids involved here. So perhaps, you wanted to get a divorce, and you were worried about the kids and how they would adjust. And finally it happens. Maybe your partner leaves you. I don't know. And I can't say for sure, but, or you to leave your partner, but actually the adjustment is much quicker than you thought. And maybe the kids start to tell you some stories, how they had actually been hoping that you left all this time, you know. Maybe they start at a new school and they're really happy about it. Maybe the example I'm getting is maybe one of your children's really into the arts, and they have a great arts program at this new school in this new neighborhood. Like the adjustment is much quicker than you thought, is what I'm getting. What you made it out to be in your mind all these years, okay? Yeah, like you're with the Seven of Pentacles, the harvest comes in. You finally made a decision, okay? You've moved on, and your harvest comes in. It's like the universe has just been waiting for you to move on, to make this decision instead of just dreaming about it, to open your eyes, and it's there for you. Okay? I'm not saying there's no hardship whatsoever, okay? But there are no cards here like the Three of Swords or the Nine of Swords, okay? Those cards aren't on the table. And so that makes me think this is much easier than you thought it would be. Your harvest comes in. Once you set yourself free, you open your eyes, instead of just wishing all the time. It's easier than you think it's going to be. And of course, this is a general reading. I can't advise you, even if it was a personal reading, I can't advise you whether to leave a certain relationship or situation. Okay, that's completely up to you. If this reading's not resonating with you, please try one of your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising. But the group that I'm reading to, it looks like you are moving on, and it's much easier than you thought it was going to be. Okay? So here's just the confirmation with the Four of Cups and the future energy. Very unhappy. Okay, here, very not happy with a certain situation. But when you make this move, you're instantly recognized and rewarded by the universe, by spirit, okay? You're in the spotlight, and your happily ever after comes in. Does that mean you're never going to experience a problem again in your life? Of course not. This is the planet Earth. We experience issues. That's how we learn here on Earth, okay? But I call this my happily ever after card. Whatever you're building here, there's going to be a strong foundation, okay? Very strong foundation. I call this my happily ever after card. It's a big achievement, and there's recognition and rewards. The Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor once you move on. You make the decision to move on and start taking those initial steps. Excuse me. The Wheel of Fortune starts turning in your favor. Yeah. And I feel like with the Seven of Swords here and the Page of Cups, this situation, okay, that you're moving from, this is like someone's been cheating you in some way. And you've been cheating yourself by continuously putting it on the back burner and not wanting to deal with it and just dreaming instead of taking action. But I feel like someone's been stealing from you in some way. So this could be perhaps a partner that's not giving as much to you as you give to them. Like maybe you make sure that your partner has everything they need and are comfortable, but they're not doing the same for you. There's someone that just takes and takes, or an employer where you're working all this overtime. Maybe you're not even getting paid for it. The sort of thing, you're not getting a promotion, you're not getting a raise. They just want you to stay stuck where you are, kind of energy. There's someone taking advantage of you in some way. And here with this Page of Cups, usually with the Page of Cups, I get kind of like pigs can fly energy from the, what's that deck called? The Light Seers Tarot. That's usually the energy I pick up. But in this deck, what I'm picking up today is you're reflecting on this, okay? There's a need here for you to reflect on what was your role in all this. You were kind of complacent, and I'm not judging at all because I've done this in my own life for sure as well. You're not alone, okay? I understand. Um, but there's a need here for you to reflect. What was your role in this? How did you cheat yourself? For example, maybe you played small. Maybe you're too much of a people pleaser. Maybe you let fear take over, like too much. Like if I did this, this could happen, this terrible thing could happen. Like fear took over. What was your role? Because you want to make sure when you go into this future that you don't bring it with you, okay? That you don't repeat a pattern. So take the time to reflect on this and what was your role. Yes, you're moving on into the light. You're very excited about this new beginning, but also take the time to reflect on this. This could be through energetic healing, through prayer, through meditation, through speaking with a counselor or a very good trusted friend. Or writing in a journal. Take the time to reflect what your role was in this so you don't do this again, that you don't become complacent again and feel overwhelmed, because you want to make a change, okay? Something's telling you that a change needs to come, but you're too afraid, okay? Or it just feels like it would be too burdensome and you stay in that for too long. Fortunately, I don't see a tower moment here, okay? Or pick up a tower moment. Like something's happened, that you've made the decision. So I think that's why Spirit's really celebrating this. Like a tower moment wasn't forced on you, okay? And you're going to be rewarded. But do take time to reflect, okay? Not just on how others have cheated you, but what was your role? How did you cheat yourself? Okay. Wonderful. This is a great reading, Pisces. Let's get an oracle card. We'll get 2 oracle cards, one from an angel deck and one from this deck. Spirit, what confirmation, clarification, or additional message do you have for the Pisces Collective for July 2026 regarding this reading? Oh, okay. Lots of cards fell down, but only these 2. Flipped over, so I'll take these. So Morgana Le Fay, it says, transform the areas of your life that need renewal and allow yourself to shine in your full magical power. So that's what you're doing. You are transforming your life here. Okay, you're moving from this darkness into this light. There's good luck. Your harvest is coming in. There's recognition and reward. A strong foundation and achievement, okay? Very long term, okay? Happiness coming into your life. So definitely you're transforming your life by whatever decision you've made here and you're moving on. And also, I just want to say, so this may be one of the reasons I'm getting this very strongly, why you've been complacent, why you've put this on the back burner. Morgana Le Fay, she, being a woman, stepping in her full power, okay? She was very judged, kind of like a, Mary Magdalene in the Bible, sort of like the same type of energy there. Very judged for stepping into her full power, including her masculine energy, okay? Very misunderstood because she was a woman with so much power. So I have a feeling that this complacency may have had something to do with the fear of judgment, okay? So you may want to work on that. Maybe a fear of stepping into your power fully or being judged for it. Let me give you an example. Like, why would you leave this wonderful marriage? Your partner is such a great partner. They provide for the family. Why they've given you a beautiful house and car. You have a good life. Why would you leave them? Okay. And I'm not reading body parts here. You could be male or female. It's that type of energy I'm picking up here with Morgana Le Fay. Or, why would you leave a good job? Like you have, you have good benefits, you get good pay. Why are you leaving this job? Or why would you sell your house? You live in such a good community. Why would you make the kids go to a new school? Okay, that type of energy of being judged for the decisions you're making for moving on. You know, that sort of thing. You have to overcome that. So perhaps that's why it's taken so long to finally move this from the back burner to the front burner and move on, okay? And Excalibur, wow. The sword symbolizes strength, justice, and purity. Your triumph by using spiritual strength and courage when you triumph by using spiritual strength and courage when battling against evil. Wow, the Excalibur. Oh my goodness, you are really, with both of these cards, you're really stepping into your power, your strength here, okay? And there's going to be people who don't like it. They're used to you being a certain way, and they're not going to like it because you're not serving them in the way that you've served them in the past, okay? So there are going to be people who don't like this new empowered you, but that's okay. Maybe you just need to create some space between you and those people and find people who do appreciate the powerful you, okay? A new start here. Find your tribe, as they say, the people who do appreciate you for who you are, this new empowered you. Even though you may love people, like family and friends, but you can't always take everyone on the spiritual journey. It's one of the tough lessons you have to learn. You can't take everyone you love with you, okay? They're not meant to go where you're going. They can't see things from your perspective. But you're definitely stepping into your power here. And there are people who are going to judge you for it. But I think that you're ready for this now. You're finally ready for this. Angels, any last message for the Pisces Collective? Clarification, confirmation, additional messages, please. Oh, there it is again, that hard bang, okay? This epiphany comes to you. It's a gift from above, from the divine, okay? Wow. That one was much lighter sound. Okay. So it looks like there's 3 cards here for you. The first one is awareness. Yeah, you suddenly become aware, okay, when that apple hits your head. It's not that gravity wasn't there all along. It was always there, okay? It's just that now you notice it. Maybe now you notice that you are on the spiritual journey, that you're not alone, and you're speaking to your higher self and your guides. There's a sudden awareness. It's not that it wasn't there the whole time. It's just that you're suddenly aware of it. Okay? There's new possibilities here. Just like I suddenly became aware of the sword there. It's like you suddenly became aware of the sword and that you could cut yourself free. You opened your eyes and there was the 4th goblet you've been wishing for. Moving towards the light. Yeah, you are definitely moving towards the light here. Like I said about this card, from the darkness into the light, okay? And ascension. Oh, you are rising. Oh my goodness, you are rising. You have found the door you've been looking for and you're walking in that direction. Okay? You're walking towards what the light, towards what you want, your joy, your freedom, your power, your empowerment. There's an ascension here. You're rising. You know, all the readings, I think pretty much all the readings I've done so far, there's this like spiritual maturity energy happening in July. And I feel that again here with this ascension card. There's a spiritual maturity happening here. You're ascending, you're rising. It's your time. Okay, lots of walking towards light in these images, walking towards the light, towards the rainbow, towards your happiness, your joy, your empowerment. Just beautiful. Don't let the judgments stop you. Okay, don't let them stop you like they have in the past. Just beautiful, Pisces. I'm so happy for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please be sure to show this channel some love. It helps the channel to grow. I'm wishing you all the very best and sending you so much love. Bye for now.